Thank you for joining us today in Ringe, New Hampshire for the 2026 NE10 Softball Championship Final on NE10 Now on Flow College. I'm Evan Moore with the Raven Sports Network out of the Marlin Fitzwater Center for Communication at Franklin Pierce University. And today I'll be on the call with Kevin Bazan here. Championship day here, supposed to be yesterday, but unfortunately a little bit of rain postponed it from the original 3 p.m. start to an 11 a.m. start here on Sunday. Also, happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there, and should be a great day for some softball.
I think so. You know, yesterday, complete and total rain out here in Ringe, New Hampshire. The officials with the conference definitely made the right call of pushing the games over to today. And yes, a happy Mother's Day to all the mothers listening, watching, and here in attendance and all over. As they see their daughters here compete for the NE10 championship. Evan, Assumption is in the driver's seat today.
Indeed, Assumption is definitely in the driver's seat today. They only have to win one game to win the NE10 championship, while Southern New Hampshire, coming from the loser's bracket after losing their first game against Adelphi on earlier in the tournament. They have ran the table since, but have to win 2 games to be crowned NE10 champions. And the if necessary game was last required in 2012 when Assumption came out of the loser's bracket and defeated Lemoyne to win the NE10 title. So definitely, the statistics say Assumption definitely has the advantage, but do not count out this SNHU team.
No, I don't think anybody is counting out the Penmen here today. They're a tough team. They have some excellent players. In fact, they have a great pitcher that's going to start our first game, Juliana Colbert, who comes in with a record of 29-27, but a very low ERA of 1.88. She has had some very impressive wins as of late. Assumption, though, I mean, the story is about them and their upset wins in this tournament, winning last week to get here to Ringe, New Hampshire. They beat Pace University, and then, of course, they beat the nationally ranked Ravens 7-6, and a win over Adelphi 3-2, and that puts them really in control here today, Evan.
For sure, as both teams looking also to be locks for the NCAA tournament, as in the region, all these teams that we've seen this weekend in Ringe, including Adelphi and Franklin Pierce, all pretty high ranked in the Eastern region. But D'Youville out of the ECC could be a bid thief if one of these teams were to lose. And also, with SNHU's appearance here in the softball NE10 title game, as well as baseball, all 10 full members of the conference would have appeared in a championship final this academic season. Last year, the NE10 was the only conference in the NCAA to have each full member win a postseason championship. So we'll see if it could happen again.
Yeah, you never know. Of course, there's still a lot of softball to be played in the postseason, but Assumption is here today and ready to win. You know, keep in mind, Evan, you know, before coming into this playoff weekend, Assumption essentially had a 500 record. They weren't outstanding at all. They are a good team, but they are hot really at the right time.
Indeed, again, the 4 seed coming into this tournament, as well as also in the crowd for Assumption, head coach Stacy Mayer celebrating her first Mother's Day. 3-week-old Callie in attendance here. Hopefully to give the Greyhounds some extra luck as they look to try to win in the NE10 title game today.
Wow, talk about double duty there. Yeah, Stacy has to be extremely proud of her squad. You know, this is her 3rd year at Assumption. And, you know, on the other side, Coach Deb Robitel over at SNU, 21 years coach of this team. She has been the NE10 Coach of the Year 4 times. So you have the 3 the coach who has been coaching for 3 years. You have the coach that's been coaching for over 21 years, meeting today for all the marbles in the NE10.
This is also going to be Assumption's third appearance in 4 years in the NCAA title game, looking to not be runners-up this time around, as they were runners-up last 2 times they made it to the NE10 title game. Last time a team were runners-up 3 times in the last 4 years was AIC from 1991 to 1995, losing to Merrimack all 3 times. So Assumption trying to get over the mountaintop here in the NE10.
We'll see what ends up happening here today. On field, we have the head coaches meeting with the umpires for today's game, the first game. Both teams have practiced and are warmed up. Assumption is going to be the home team for this first game, with Snoo in the visitors' dugout. The official NE10 softballs have been handed out, and both of these teams are ready to play here today.
Indeed, as the pitching matchup today, like we mentioned, Juliana Colbert starting in the circle for the Penmen, and for Assumption, it's Kaylin Waldron starting for Assumption, as Waldron has been lights out in this tournament with 2 wins, pitching all 7 innings against Adelphi, and only needing 3 2/3 work against Franklin Pierce, but still got the job done.
Yeah, she's a really good example of this team. Her record is 12-12, but as you said, Evan, she has been very good at the best time of the season to really be playing your best.
Yeah, 12-12 on the season with a 2.71 ERA, 107 strikeouts in 157 innings pitched, most on the Assumption Greyhounds. As the lineups are being introduced, we'll give them to you real quick as well. For Southern New Hampshire, leading off Peyton Bryson, Peyton Feldman batting second, Casey DeMora batting third, Alyssa Abbott batting fourth, Micaiah Alto batting fifth, Abby Lineman batting sixth, Livy Souza batting seventh, Sydney Rose batting eighth, and Tori Christie batting ninth, and of course Juliana Colbert in the circle this morning here. And we'll go to Assumption, Caitlin Cahill batting first, batting second Kaylee Lacombe, third will be Maddy Bland, fourth Bella Mara, fifth will be Emma Bloom, Jaden Tanucci after that, then Molly Green, followed by Bianca Vincequiri, and batting ninth will be Jada Mills, and of course Kaylin Waldron in the circle to start off here in game, possibly the final game of the NE10 season. Not much difference between the lineups from a few days ago, as well as the entire tournament, as both teams just want to put their best foot forward here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as coaches of both of these teams, you don't want to change what is working for you. Obviously, what is working right now, you don't want to mess around with the lineup too much. You have confidence in your starting pitcher. That's the way in which to enter these big, important games. And really, so far this season, there hasn't been a game that's been bigger for either one of these clubs.
You said that right, as we're going to take a quick break as for the playing of the national anthem. And we're back for the NE10 Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College, here at Melissa Bisaccia Field, here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University, between the Southern New Hampshire Penmen and the Assumption Greyhounds. I'm Evan Moore alongside Kevin Bazan, as Assumption taking the field first, as they are the home team when coming out of the winner's bracket, and Southern New Hampshire looking to get it started here at the plate.
Yeah, they have been very good at scoring early in games, especially here in this conference tournament. They have gotten on the board early. That's one of the reasons why they have been able to beat some of the best teams like Franklin Pierce University. They would get to the starting pitching early and knock out that starting pitcher and work their way there. If they needed all 7 innings, they needed all 7 innings. But getting out to an early lead is always key when it comes to these important postseason games.
Yeah, and the only game Southern New Hampshire has lost within the tournament, it was a pitcher's duel against Adelphi. They did score at the top of the later innings, but gave up 5 unanswered and ended up losing there. But they got their get back against Adelphi on Friday, as stepping into the left-handed batter's box is Peyton Bryson. And we'll get a lead. She'll lead it off here. His first pitch swung on to left field. Foul. And that's how this 10:57 first pitch will start.
Yeah, Bryson going up there, hacking right away. Foul ball, just a couple of feet foul on the left field side. She digs in again.
Waldron went all 7 against Adelphi, sends that one foul, and Bryson already down 0-2 in the count.
Left-handed batter for SNU. Good at making contact and proving it immediately at the beginning of this game here.
Waldron delivers. Just a bit outside for ball 1.
Conditions here at Melissa Bisaccia Field really couldn't be better. Partly sunny skies, 56.
Waldron delivers, holds up, ball 2. Count back even for Bryson. Bryson on the season, no home runs, 9 RBIs. Has drawn 22 walks this season. So looking to get on base here for the Penmen as she sends one to shallow left center, and that will be caught for the first out of the afternoon.
Yeah, we are well underway here at Franklin Pierce University.
Peyton Feldman batting second, 277 average, 1 home run, 23 RBIs.
This is one of the leaders here on SNU, Peyton.
Waldron's first pitch outside for ball 1 is some defensive lineups here for Assumption. Kaylee Lacombe in left, Caitlin Cahill in center, Jaden Tanucci in right, Jada Mills at third, Emma Bloom at short, Bianca Vincicuri at second, Bella Mara at first, and Molly Green doing the catching for Kaylin Waldron. As we have a 1-1 count for Feldman.
Senior on this team out of Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Pitch swung on to center field. Will be caught by Caitlin Cahill for out number 2.
Now batting for Colin, Casey DeMora.
Casey DeMora batting third.
DeMora is the battery mate for the starting pitcher today, Juliana Colbert for SNU.
1 home run, 30 RBIs, 394 averages. Waldron delivers one a little bit outside for ball 1. Dugout's already vocal here to start the game. Swung on for strike 1.
DeMora also out of the Bay State, hails from Taunton, Massachusetts.
She'll look to be the first base runner for Assumption this morning. Pitch just a bit low. 2-1 count in favor of Demora.
Yeah, you're right, Evan. Both of these dugouts very, very vocal.
Pitch is called for ball 3 as Waldron's only walked 51 batters this season.
I know you've seen every game. I've seen a couple of the games this weekend, and
Demora fouls that one off as we'll have a full count.
Snoop really picking up right where they left off. When I saw them beat Franklin Pierce on Friday, their dugout was so loud you could hear them in the parking lot way over yonder.
Waldron delivers, swung on towards center, and will be caught for out number 3. Kalen Waldron sits down the first 3 hitters of the game as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Still scoreless between Assumption and SNHU. We're going to take a quick break as you're watching any college softball here, NE10 now on Flow College.
Leading off for the Greyhounds, number 12, Caitlin Cahill.
And we're back for some college softball here, NE10 now on Flow College. The NE10 title game between the Assumption Greyhounds and the SNHU Penmen. Juliana Colbert takes the mound for the Penmen. 229 strikeouts this season. One of the leaders here in Division II is her first pitch would be called ball 1.
Off and running here in Ringe, New Hampshire. Another leader here on this team, Cahill, senior.
Pitch is just high for ball 2, and Caitlin Cahill ahead in the count early. 357 average with 1 home run and 15 RBIs. Colbert delivers. He'll be in there for strike 1.
Sneaking in, third baseman for the Penman, Abby Lineman, one of the strongest players on their team. A lot of presence on the field and also at bat for.
The pitch swung on towards short and be called for out number 1.
That was a close play at first base, but our official says out.
Now batting, number 21.
And
Caitlin
some defensive lineups for SNHU. Alyssa Abbott in left, Peyton Feldman in center, Michaela Alto in right, Abby Lineman at third, Peyton Bryson at short, Livy Souza at second, Sydney Rose at first, and Casey Demora doing the catching for Juliana Colbert. Saw Abby Lineman play catcher last time against Adelphi. Out at the hot corner today.
Yeah, one of those multi-dimensional players, and there's a lot of those on both sides of the field, but such a valuable player that can play behind the plate and be really good with their infield defense.
Pitch is in there for strike number 2 against Kaylee Lacombe. 2 home runs, 11 RBIs, batting .229 this season. Colbert delivers, swung on, foul.
Now rip that one down the third baseline here, followed by just a couple of feet.
Colbert in control in this at-bat, but of course looking for that first strikeout of the morning.
Colbert, a lot like the starting pitcher for Assumption.
That bat pitch is swung on high towards left field and will be caught for out number 2. Alyssa Abbott getting under it.
Player number 6, Maddy Bland.
Colbert record coming into this game 29-27, but look at her ERA. It's 188. She has kept this team in a lot of close games and is a big part of the Penman's success.
Bland swings at the first pitch, ball not controlled, and will reach base safely. Maddy Bland being the first base runner of the afternoon.
Batting the first baseman, number 28.
Bryson made a very good effort to try and scoop that one up, but she was just maybe a step away, and there was no opportunity for her to throw to first to get the out.
Bella Mora stepping to the plate for the Greyhounds. 4 home runs, 14 RBIs. His first pitch will be for strike 1. She had a few crucial doubles in this tournament, led to runs being scored, as she'll see the pitch and be just a little bit outside for ball 1.
Again, Lyman sneaking in with the right-handed batter at the plate.
Colbert swings and foul tipped into the net for strike 2.
Big hack there by the batter.
Mora trying to reach base again here in this NE10 tournament, as Colbert delivers. Will be outside for ball 2. Count even once again.
Reason that she's in the cleanup spot in this lineup with the 4 home runs, the 14 RBIs, and the high batting average for Bella.
Colbert delivers, swung on for strike 3. And that will end the bottom of the first inning. Only 1 base runner for Assumption, but Colbert stays composed and gets out of the inning with no other damage. Abbott, Alto, Lineman due up for Southern New Hampshire. And we're going to take a quick break as you're watching college softball here, NE10 Now on Flow College.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes.
And we're back for some college softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College for the 2026 Softball Championship Final here in the NE10 Conference. We're still scoreless here at the top of the second inning as Alyssa Abbott will take ball 1, and we have a 1-1 count.
This is a part of the lineup where batters are hitting 300 or better. In fact, Casey DeMora, who made the 3rd out in the top of the first, batting .394, but Abbott batting .329, Alto right after .336, and then Lineman, we've been mentioning her, batting .349 on the season.
Dangerous part of this SNHU lineup as Waldron's pitches in there for strike 2. Count even as she'll wind up for her delivery. The pitch swung on for strike 3.
That was a really good at-bat for Waldron. Really went after the batter. Did not let up at all.
Waldron's first strikeout of the game as Makaya Alto will come to the plate. Like you mentioned, 336, no home runs, 29 RBIs as the pitch. We just a little bit outside for ball 1. Alto in right field as she'll hold off for ball 2.
Our starting pitcher from Griswold, Connecticut. Another senior on this Assumption team.
Pitch is low and away for ball 3. 3-0 count. As these two teams have seen each other 4 times already. Assumption taking 3 of 4. The pitch will be a 4-pitch walk here for Alto as that'll set up Abby Lineman.
Well, that is not what you want to do. We're talking about Waldron going after that first batter and striking her out, but then she comes and issues a walk on 4 straight pitches, and now you have one of the bigger bats here in this lineup, Lineman, who can certainly hit the ball out of the park.
Abby Lyman batting .349, 9 home runs. That's second in the NE10, and 37 RBIs as she'll take ball 1.
Yeah, look at her. I mean, she is powerful. She has presence, and she is a tough out. I would not want to oppose her.
Pitch will be in there for strike 1. Count even. Here, 1 away here in the top of the second. Still scoreless. Makaya Alto on at first as that will be swung on into center. And we'll get down as the lineman will look to go 2. Makes it back to 1. And now runners at the corners with 1 away.
Yeah, center fielder Caitlin Cahill got a bit of a late jump. She stumbled a tiny bit, and that might have been a factor of the ball going over her head in deep center field. She got it in as soon as she can. The runner stays at third, but right now you have the Penmen threatening in the top of the second.
Libby Souza stepping to the plate for the Penmen. .264 average, no home runs, and 22 RBIs. As Waldron will deliver. We'll be in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Sousa is looking for her first home run of the season.
Waldron sets, delivers, and will be called ball.
Keep an eye on Lyman at first base, whether or not she will be running.
The pitch in there for strike 2. Really important at bat here for Souza, but even more important for Waldron, trying to get 2 outs on the board.
This is a scoring opportunity, and you got to take advantage of every opportunity that you are given in these big games.
Count even for Souza. Waldron delivers. Swung on for strike 3.
Oh, she comes right back. Waldron, as she walks, strikes out the first batter, walks the second, gives up a deep shot into center field, but then she ends up striking out her next batter for the second big out of the inning.
As looks like we'll get time as head coach Stacy Meyer will have an infielders meeting on the mound to think about how to approach Sydney Rose with two outs here.
Yeah, this is a big, important at-bat, and Assumption wants to make sure that all the players are on the same page. Where the ball gets hit, where does the ball go next, what base, who are you keeping an eye on? I find it amazing. I mean, the head coach for Assumption during the season gives birth, and here she is in possibly capturing the NE10 title for Assumption. Really good for her. What a Mother's Day. What a first Mother's Day, right?
Yeah, and again, what a quick turnaround here as now ball can be hit into the outfield. Nobody can tag. It'll be called out 3 as Rose will look to drive in the first run of the game. The pitch be just a little bit outside for ball 1.
Yeah, nice job trying to frame that pitch by Green, but didn't get the call.
Waldron delivers, swung on. That'll be in foul territory into the stands.
Not a lot of foul territory here at Melissa Bayasaka Field. This is the home field for Franklin Pierce University. Some of these teams come here from fields where there's a lot of foul ground to pick up some extra outs, but that opportunity generally isn't here in Rindge, New Hampshire.
Waldron delivers in the dirt. 2-1 count.
Rose. This is a big at-bat for her.
As that would be strike 2 on Rose. One more strike for Waldron to get out of this inning with nobody coming across.
She struck out 2 so far. Maybe she can strike out the side.
The pitch. A little bit outside. Count is full with 2 away. Runners at the corners.
Yeah, Green tried to do it again, tried to frame that pitch, bring it back inside, but could not get the called third strike. So here we are. Count is full.
Waldron delivers, swung on, foul. We'll do it again. SNHU looking to strike first.
And notice that lineman is definitely not running at first. They're going to be extra careful with runners on the bases.
The pitch swung on, foul, tipped into the netting. And once again, we'll redo the full count pitch.
Yeah. Rose is doing a good job protecting the plate here. These are no doubt strikes that she is following off.
Waldron delivers, swung on, drop third strike, and it'll be out at first. Kaylin Waldron gets out of the inning with nobody coming across. And what a great job by Assumption to get out of the inning. Bloom, Tanucci, Green due up for the Greyhounds as we still have a scoreless ball game between Assumption and Southern New Hampshire. And we're going to take a quick break as you're watching the NE10 Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College. And we're back for the NE10 College Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College. We still have a scoreless game between Southern New Hampshire and Assumption here on this Mother's Day, as the first pitch will be called for strike 1 against Emma Bloom.
Emma Bloom playing shortstop here today for the Greyhounds.
Bloom, no home runs, 32 RBI, swings at that one. and be called foul.
Yeah, just foul. Home plate umpire and the third base umpire jumping on top of that one. It was close. Lineman was reacting a bit late on the ball being struck on the bat, so thankfully it was a foul ball for the Penmen.
As the pitch be outside for ball one. Colbert only needing 15 pitches through that first inning. She'll go for another inning's worth of work as she delivers. Swung on, back. Will be caught at short and will be thrown to first for out number one.
Nice play there. Ball gets shot right back at Colbert, and I think she got a little piece of that ball. It was deflected just a little bit, but no stumble there by the defense for Southern New Hampshire, and able to get the first out of the inning.
Jaden Tanucci coming to the plate for the Assumption Greyhounds. No home runs, 8 RBIs, batting .220. As Colbert delivers, swung on for strike one. Tanucci looking to get on base here. Possibly started a rally for Assumption. So the pitch holds off for ball one. Count even with one away for Jaden Tanucci. Colbert delivers, swung on, that's popped towards center. Now will be caught by out number two.
If our viewers and listeners are wondering if wind is a favor today, right now the wind is blowing to straightaway center field. Not a strong wind, but certainly present here.
As Molly Green steps to the plate for the Greyhounds. No home runs, 12 RBIs, 216 averages. She'll take that pitch for strike one.
Molly Green, the catcher for Assumption. Just framing those pitches for Waldron in the top of this inning.
Colbert delivers, swung on for strike two.
A bit of a reach there for the batter.
That last fly ball more towards left. It looked like it was going towards center, but pretty shallow. But again, kind of landing towards the outfield as that pitch is away for ball one.
Well, so far, both of these teams have been trying to attack while at bat. A lot of swings on first pitches.
Colbert delivers low. Count even at 2 with 2 away.
Colbert with a strikeout so far in this outing. Looking for number 2.
She delivers. Be high and away for ball 3. Another full count. Here with 2 away. Colbert looking to get out of the inning. Delivers. Ball 4.
That one was outside.
Now batting second baseman, number 13, Bianca Mitsukuri.
Not too sure you're going to get too much of a argument there by Southern New Hampshire.
As Bianca Vinciquiri will have her first at-bat of the game. As first pitch swung into the netting for strike one. Vinciquiri, 204 average with no home runs, 10 RBIs. Looking to possibly start a 2-out rally for the Greyhounds. Colbert delivers, swung on. That's going to get down and left. Runners advancing will go 2 and 3. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Greyhounds.
A big hit there. And a good job by Alyssa Abbott, the left fielder for Southern New Hampshire. Did a good job in gathering up that ball in left field and getting it back in as quick as she possibly could. And it's a good thing that she did, because Molly Green wanted to come home. They gave her the stop sign there at third base.
And it looks like we're going to see possibly a substitution, maybe a pinch runner or a pinch hitter. We'll see. As Stacy Meyer talking with the umpire.
Pinch hitting number 14, Olivia Kurth.
Olivia Kurth will pinch hit for Jada Mills.
Oh, you know, anything's possible here in a big playoff game like this one. You know, just the bottom of the second, we already have a pinch hitter.
Kurth at 241 average, 4 RBIs. The pitch is in there for strike number 1. Molly Green on at third. Bianca Vinciquiri on at second. 2 away. Colbert delivers away. Count even at 1.
Trying to pick up this rhythm that Colbert is in, throwing some pitches that are just outside. She's trying to hit that outside mark.
The pitch swung on towards right in foul territory.
Colbert nodding her head after delivering that pitch. I think that was exactly right where she wanted to place that one.
As Kurth will look to drive in the first runs of the game here for the Greyhounds. Colbert sets, delivers away for ball 2. Count is even.
Big scoring opportunity here for the Greyhounds. No score here early in this matchup.
Colbert sets, delivers, swung on, gets down towards second, and will be caught at first for out number 3. Colbert 2 on base. Kurth strands 2 as we're going to head to the top of the 3rd inning. Christie, Bryson, Feldman due up for the Penmen. We're going to take a quick break as you're watching the NE10 College Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College. And we're back here at Melissa Bishiaka Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University for the NE10 Softball Championship between the Southern New Hampshire University Penmen and the Assumption University Greyhounds. I'm Evan Moore alongside Kevin Bazan. We're still scoreless here going to the top of the 3rd, but both teams having opportunities to score but leaving runners stranded on the base paths.
Yeah, a great point, Evan. You know, both of these teams can't say that they haven't had an opportunity yet to get a run across. Both of these teams have had runners stranded at third base.
Waldron's first pitch of the inning will be called for strike 1 against Tori Christie, batting .200 with 7 RBIs. Waldron's second pitch away for ball 1, trying to get Christie to chase, already with 3 strikeouts so far for Waldron.
Christie showing off those guns there. Those big, strong arms. No I bet she would not have a problem reaching the fences here in Rindge, New Hampshire.
Ball 2 called as pitch will be swung on towards short. The throw will be in time.
Wow, close play.
For out number 1.
I thought she beat it out, Evan. I really did, but of course our first base umpire is right there on the scene. He's got a better angle than I do, but that was a close bang-bang play.
Great throw by Emma Bloom to get the first out as the lineup will turn over for Southern New Hampshire. Peyton Bryson will step to the plate. She flew out her first time around, 0 for 1. The pitch will be a little bit outside. for ball one.
Really impressed so far with Waldron, the right-hander on the mound for the Greyhounds.
Showed bunt. Called strike one.
Evan, she
Bryson?
seems as though she's got control of all of her pitches. You know, definitely no control issues for either starting pitcher here today.
Already with 3 strikeouts in the game. First pitch swung on towards third. The throw to first is in time for out number 2. Kaylin Waldron trying to get through this inning as quickly as possible to get Assumption back at the plate, but Peyton Feldman will step to the plate for her second go-around here. She's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Waldron sets, delivers, and will be in there for strike one, right down the middle.
Yeah, again, she's definitely has control of all of her pitches she's shown us so far today, at least. And she hasn't been rattled when she's gotten into situations like a runner on third.
Waldron paints the corner for strike 2.
Yeah, that one coming right inside. Started off over the plate, ended inside. Good for strike number 2.
Waldron sets, delivers, check swing for strike 3.
Yep.
Quick inning for Kaylin Waldron in the Assumption Greyhounds in the field. We're still scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Melissa Bisiaka Field. We have the top of the order for Assumption. Cahill, Lacombe, Bland due up for the Greyhounds. And we're going to take a quick break as you're watching the NE10 College Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College.
What?
And we're back here for some NE10 college softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College. It's the conference championship game between the Assumption Greyhounds and the Southern New Hampshire Penmen. Of course, Assumption needing to win just this game here to be crowned NE10 champions. And SNHU needs to win both games for them to be crowned NE10 champions. We're still scoreless here as we go to the top of the 3rd. Lineup turning over for Caitlin Cahill, as first pitch will be called ball. She grounded out her first time around.
Colbert on the mound, first time through the lineup, gave up 2 hits and a walk, struck out 1. But most importantly, has not given up any runs as of yet, as we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
You mentioned both teams having great scoring opportunities. Nobody coming across home as Colbert delivers, swung on, foul down the third baseline.
Cahill coming up there, hacking away. Both teams so far have been pretty disciplined at the plate, swinging when they see a strike. Not just leaving the bat on their shoulder today.
Colbert sets, delivers, swung on. That'll be called foul. Down the third baseline once again. Count is even at 2 for Caitlin Cahill.
Cahill in center field for the Greyhounds.
As Colbert will set once again to deliver. That pitch is swung on towards center and will be caught for out number 1.
1 away for the Greyhounds.
Now batting number 21, Kaylee Lacombe.
As Kaylee Lacombe will come up for her second time around. She flew out her first time around. going to be the first base runner here in the bottom of the third. She swings at the first pitch, foul tip into the netting for strike number 1.
Colbert up to 40 pitches now here in the bottom of the third with 1 out. He's gotten into some deep counts. Both of the pitchers, in fact, have gotten into deep counts so far today.
Pitch in there, painting the corner for strike 2. As in softball, we see these pitchers go a long ways. Even we saw 120 pitches being thrown earlier in the tournament, as we could see it again as Colbert delivers high for ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, these coaches, they know when their players are in their groove, and I think they're also pretty keen on when they're not pitching up to their potential. We've seen some pitchers get taken out of games very, very early.
That pitch is swung on towards left field, has a little bit of carry, but will be caught in left field by Alyssa Abbott.
Abbott with some speed, able to get over to left center to get the second out of this inning. And you might have gotten a look at the flag in the background there. Is blowing out towards the outfield, but not too much to affect play here. As
Colbert first pitch in there for strike 1 against Maddy Bland, as Bland is 1 for 1 with the base knock here earlier. 1 of 2 hits for Assumption.
Bland still hitting over 400. And you got to think, Evan, this time of the season, you have a player still batting 400 on your team. That is a feat. There's been a lot of at-bats at this point of the season.
Great efficiency as she swings at that one towards second. It'll be in time at first for out number 3, as we're still scoreless through 3 innings between Southern New Hampshire and Assumption, as you're watching the NE10 Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College.
Leading off with the penman, number 12, Casey DeMora.
And we're back here at Melissa Bisiacca Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University for the NE10 College Softball Championships between the Assumption Greyhounds and the Southern New Hampshire Penmen. As we're still scoreless as we head to the top of the 4th inning, as Waldron's first pitch to DeMora, we called strike 1. DeMora, Abbott, and Alto will be due up this inning for the Penmen. Waldron's next pitch called ball 1 as count gets back to even. Waldron, 49 pitches, 4 strikeouts, only allowing 1 hit and a walk.
I don't think it's too early, Evan, to say that we've got a little bit of a pitcher's duel right here with these 2 starting pitchers. They have given up hits, but they've been able to bounce back and, again, establish control. And that has meant an awful lot to both of these teams.
Waldron's pitch swung on, foul into the stands.
Yeah, again, not much foul ground here at Franklin Pierce University.
As the count is even at 2 for Casey DeMora.
Dugouts are fairly close to the field.
That pitch will be away for ball 3, and count is full for Casey DeMora.
After the dugouts, the fans viewing area and also the bullpens angle towards the field. So not a lot of foul territory. You really got to.
Waldron sends one to left, and it will get down, and she's going to go for second base, sliding in there for a double, her first hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, found the gap there in the outfield. Nice piece of hitting by Waldron. Solid hit and placed right where you want it to be, in between the center fielder and left fielder. And a leadoff double is exactly what the Penmen want in this situation.
Best case scenario there for the Penmen there is we're going to get a pinch runner.
Pinch running for Penman, number 15, Brenna Howley.
Here, Brenna Howley will pinch run for Casey Demora. Alyssa Abbott struck out her first time around, stepping to the plate for her second at-bat.
Howley is a freshman, so big moment here for the freshman from Abington, Massachusetts.
Pitch will be called ball one. Gets Abbott. Nobody away, looking to take advantage. Runner, of course, in scoring position. Trying to give Southern New Hampshire the lead here as we get to the mid stages of this ball game.
Waldron and also Green making sure they're on the same page. They have been all afternoon, or all morning. It was still morning, right? Yeah, all morning. But again, every at-bat incredibly important for a game like this.
As Waldron will set to deliver. The pitch will be swung on towards left center. Will get down. Waving home comes Howley. She'll score as Southern New Hampshire strikes first here in the top of the fourth.
Wow, Howley coming up big in the pinch hitter role. And just like the batter before her, Feldman, she found that gap in the outfield. The center fielder doing a good job tracking it down and getting it back in time, but there was no way they were going to get the run at home. And another stand-up double for the Greyhounds.
Mark Meyer, assistant coach of Assumption, will head to the pitcher circle, make sure to calm down Kaylin Waldron. 4 strikeouts, has let up 3 hits, including that earned run as well. She's going to stay in the game. Of course, she went all 7 against Adelphi just a few days ago. Only went 3 in 2/3 against Franklin Pierce, both in wins. So, but Southern New Hampshire with the lead with Micaiah Alto up to bat. She walked her first time around.
2 doubles in a row for the Penmen. Looking to add on now.
Bunt is caught for out number 1.
Now batting number 23, Abby Lightman.
Got to be careful when laying down the bunt. Is it could just come right off the bat, and catcher had to make him walk 2 steps to get out number 1.
Lineman, big bat in the lineup. And have to make sure that Howley is credited with a single rather than a double. But an RBI nonetheless, and puts the Penmen on the board first here.
As Lyman 1 for 1 with a single, as will be called ball 2. Here with 1 away, runner on at first, that being Alyssa Abbott. Waldron delivers, will be in there for strike 1.
Big pitch there. Another nice placement. Still throwing hard.
The 2-1. Just a bit high. Lineman in control of in this at-bat.
Abbott at first. So far, no attempts to steal.
As the pitch will be low for ball 4, and now 2 runners on base for Southern New Hampshire, looking to extend their 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Waldron, I think, was just a little extra careful with Lyman, who can be very dangerous, a dangerous batter, and felt better just giving up the walk rather than the hit. And it looks like Waldron's coming out of the game.
It looks like she will be, and as while we get Kaya Burtz will pitch for the Greyhounds. As while she's warming up, we're going to take a quick break as you're watching the NE10 College Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College. And we're back for some college softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College. The NE10 title game between the Assumption Greyhounds and Southern New Hampshire Penmen, as Kaya Burtz will come in relief for Kaylin Waldron. Burtz this season, 9-3 record, 2.17 ERA in exactly 100 innings pitched with 80 strikeouts to 48 walks.
Yeah, Kaya, a very good pitcher, but wow, I mean, he's down the bunt.
Laid down there. Will be the throw to first will be in time, moving up the runners, but with 2 away.
Evan, I don't know if you were expecting a pitching change like that, but I wasn't. Waldron came off the mound. She was upset that she was being taken out. She had both coaches for Assumption giving her words of encouragement. They know what they're doing here. They don't want to make sure more than 1 run comes across.
Burt's first pitch will be low for ball 1 to Sydney Rose, as Rose struck out her first time around. Top of the 4th inning, Southern New Hampshire leading 1-0 over Assumption. As pitch will be swung on, a chopper towards second. The throw to first will be in time, but that's not without Southern New Hampshire striking first here at the top of the 4th inning. It will be 1-0 Assumption over Southern New Hampshire over Assumption, and we're going to take a quick break as you're watching in college softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes. Act with respect.
And we're back for some college softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College. The NE10 championship game between Assumption and Southern New Hampshire, as Bella Morris up to the plate as she flew out in foul territory for out number 1.
Colbert, 1 pitch, 1 out. And Assumption, they want to do the same thing that SNU did to them in the top of this inning. Get rid of the starting pitcher.
As Juliana Colbert only needing 1 pitch there, as she'll throw a second pitch of the inning for ball 1.
I got to say, Burtz came in and got the job done. They only gave up 1 run with 2 runners on base threatening.
Emma Bloom swings at that one towards shallow center. Will be caught for out number 2. 2 quick outs for the Penmen, as Jaden Tanucci will come to the plate for her second time around. She flew out her first time. Quick.
Greyhounds have come up swinging here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
As Colbert pitch away for ball 1.
Looking to get some base runners. So far, it doesn't seem that as though base runners have been a problem for either team. It's just getting runs across the plate. Only 1 scored so far.
And another pop-up towards first base side, and that will be caught for out number 3. A quick inning for Juliana Colbert and Southern New Hampshire, as they'll have another chance to bat as they'll try to extend their 1-0 lead over Assumption going to the top of the 5th. We're going to take a quick break as you're watching NE10 College Softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College.
However, we are experiencing a significant decline in the number of available officials. We urge everyone to show your appreciation and respect to our officials. Their hard work and dedication make these events possible. Be a part of the solution. Be officially human. Leading off with the Penman, number 6, Tori Christie.
And we're back here at Militia Bisiaco Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University, here for the NE10 championship game in softball between the Southern New Hampshire Penmen and Assumption Greyhounds, as Southern New Hampshire has a 1-0 lead over Assumption. Assumption needing to win just this game to be crowned NE10 champions, as Burtz gets Tori Christie to swing for strike 2, as Christie will go over and have a talk.
Yeah, I think that one caught the catcher Green in a awkward spot, so she's doing a little bit of stretching right now. The umpire is going to give her a couple of minutes or a moment or two. And Bert's coming on the last inning and getting the final out with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Replaced Waldron, who is really pitching a strong game for the Greyhounds.
As Burtz will deliver, and that pitch swung on, foul.
But Burtz is a successful pitcher in her own right. Comes in with a ERA of 2.17 and a record of 9-3. So definitely a dependable arm for the Greyhounds.
Burtz pitch low and inside for ball 1. Burtz still ahead in this count, but trying to get a quick first out for the Greyhounds. The pitch to Christie. Christie thought about it, but lets it go high for ball 2, and the count is even.
Tori Christie trying to protect the plate. Penman have been doing that well all day long.
Burtz sets the deliver away. Full count ahead here for Tori Christie.
That one was way outside. Really the first pitch that's come close to a wild pitch so far here today.
Christie grounded out her first time around, as Burtz will set the deliver. The pitch swung on, fouled away, and we'll do the full count once again.
Yeah, just got a piece of that one. Inside pitch. More of a defensive play there by the batter, Christie.
As Burtz will look to sit down Christie here, as the pitch swung on a chopper towards second. The throw will be in time for out number 1.
Christie making a big effort there, sliding into first base. And the first base coach thought she had made it, but it was a good defensive play there by the Greyhounds to get out number 1.
Very close call for the first base umpire to make, as the lineup will turn over once again for the Penmen, as Peyton Bryson will come to the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a ground out and fly out, as Bert's first pitch will be in there for strike number 1.
Already the top of the lineup again.
Bert's delivers a little bit outside. Did not quite get the edge of the zone for ball 1.
Green doing a really good job framing these pitches on both sides of the plate. She looks into the dugout.
Bert's a little bit high.
Yeah, just a little bit high.
As Bryson gets ahead in the count, looking for her first on-base trip this now almost afternoon here. Bert's delivers, showed bunt, pulled away just in time, as Bryson in the driver's seat in this at-bat. 3-1 count. Bert's trying to get out number 2 for the Greyhounds, as pitch swung on there. Throw to first will be in time for out number 2.
Yeah, another close play. These are bang-bang plays at first base.
2 quick outs here. Try to get Assumption back at the plate. Of course, Southern New Hampshire with the 1-0 lead over Assumption, as Peyton Feldman will come to the plate. She's 0 for 2 with a fly out as well as a strikeout. The pitch swung on and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, just got a little piece of that one. You can tell it's Feldman because she's got these hot pink gloves. I think she's the only one in the lineup with these hot pink batting gloves, and her bat is, the top is orange, barrel is orange, and there's a little pink involved. It's a very colorful combination that she's got going there.
Yeah, as her swung fouled off, as already trailing in the count. Bert's only at 16 pitches this morning, almost afternoon here in Ringe, as Bert's will deliver low, trying to get Feldman to swing at that one, but she'll hold up for ball 1.
Yeah, good example of discipline there for Feldman with that low pitch. Lets it go by.
As Bert's delivers, swung on, can't make a play into left field, will get all the way back to the fence, as Feldman will make it to second, and it will be a double, a 2-out double, no mind you, for Peyton Feldman and the Southern New Hampshire Penmen.
Now, that ball was just out of the reach of the shortstop, Bloom. I mean, she reached up to try to snag it, but maybe just a couple of inches outside of her glove. And then when she couldn't make the play, of course, it goes all the way to the wall. And Feldman is at second base with a 2-out double. So the Penmen threatening here again this afternoon.
Southern New Hampshire looking for a 2-out rally here with Casey DeMora, as she'll look at strike 1. Another runner in scoring position for Southern New Hampshire. Of course, only one of them coming across. The pitch just a bit low.
So far today, the runners on base haven't been doing a lot of running. No stolen bases yet so far today, but we might have a chance here with Feldman. She looks a little antsy there at second base.
Pitch swung on, and that will get out into center, coming home, and will be safe, and Southern New Hampshire will take a 2-0 lead.
Of course, you got 2 outs, so the hit and run was on. Feldman was running on contact, and just another ground ball. that was just out of the reach of a fielder, so that's a big run for Southern New Hampshire, especially the way their pitcher has been pitching today, Colbert. 2 runs are going to be tough for the Greyhounds to come up with.
As Mark Meyer will go to the pitcher circle to have a little mound meeting with both Burtz and Green as for a little timeout here, as still have 2 away, runner on at first. Casey DeMora, of course, with that RBI single, scoring Peyton Feldman. 2-0 lead for Southern New Hampshire. They have to win both games this today, now this afternoon, if they want to win the NE10 championship, coming out of the losers bracket. Alyssa Abbott will step into the right-hander's batter's box as she'll see the first pitch be low and away for ball 1.
Yeah, so the runner on second ends up scoring for Southern New Hampshire. And now a runner on first with 2 out. And again, running on contact with 2 out.
Pitch swung on, chopper towards short. The throw will be in time for out number 3. Burtz lets across 1. Southern New Hampshire with a 2-0 lead over Assumption as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're watching the NE10 Softball Championship here on NE10 Now on Flow College.
Leading off for the Greyhounds, number 99, Molly Green.
And we're back for some college softball here on NE10 Now on Flow College. The Northeast 10 College Conference Championship between Southern New Hampshire Penmen and the Assumption Greyhounds. Southern New Hampshire with a 2-0 lead over Assumption. Colbert delivers to Green for ball number 1.
So Colbert in the bottom of the 4th inning, I think she maybe threw 5 pitches. So her pitch count right now is pretty low, 52.
As Green swings, tipped foul. Green walked her first time around. Colbert's only walk of the afternoon.
Greyhounds got to figure out a way to get through Juliana Colbert.
As Green swings at that one, fouls it off again as Colbert taking the at-bat lead here. 1-2 count here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch high, count even.
The Penmen really starting to feel it now. Feel like they're in the driver's seat in this game with a strong starting pitcher. Continues to deal.
Colbert deals, swung on again, foul into the net.
And she's throwing strikes. I mean, lots of control by the Penman pitcher today. She has received numerous accolades over the course of the season.
Colbert delivers and will have a full count here with nobody away for Molly Green.
And she is in the spotlight here on this Mother's Day in Ringe, New Hampshire.
Of course, Juliana Colbert, pitcher of the year in the NE10, as that pitch is swung on towards left. It won't have the power, though, and will be caught shallow left field for out number 1.
Now batting number 15, Beyonce Vincent.
Nice play there by the shortstop for the Penman, Bryson. Now, you might think that that's a play that your third baseman will be getting, but lineman was playing in.
First pitch swung on, foul, right side for strike 1. Oh, 1 count here for Bianca Vinciquiri. She's 1 for 1.
Oh, nice snag there by the Southern New Hampshire catcher, Demora.
As Vinciquiri looking to reach base for a second time this afternoon. 1-1 count. Colbert delivers, swung on for strike 2.
Well, the Greyhounds are up there hacking away. They're doing their best to try to catch up with these pitches from Colbert, but just not having success as of yet.
As Colbert looking for the punch out, swung on for strike 3.
That was a strong
Now batting number 17, Jada Mills.
display of dominance there by Colbert.
Her second strikeout of the afternoon here with 2 away. Jada Mills, of course, has taking her first at-bat of the afternoon, and she takes ball 1 low.
Oh, wind's starting to pick up here at Bissasaka Field. Blowing a little bit harder towards the outfield.
The pitch swung through for strike 2.
Now, these are big cuts from the Greyhound batters on Colbert, but Colbert has been on top, been able to throw these fastballs right by.
Excuse me, that was strike 1. Sorry about that. That will be outside for ball 2. 2-1 count here for Mills.
Yeah, Mills thought about that one. Mills, the third baseman for the Greyhounds.
As the pitch swung on, popped up foul. Start to get to the later portion of this game. It's been most of the road teams. The lower seeds have been winning these games. The guest team, of course, Franklin Pierce losing their first 2 games as the home team. Both lower seeds making it to this final.
Yeah, it's been a weekend where you really don't want to be, the favored team to win.
Mills pops one just behind the press box, and we'll do the full count again.
Mills just trying to keep up with these pitches. She's a freshman from Long Island, New York. Went to Central Islip Senior School.
Colbert sets, delivers. We down low for ball 4.
Now that's a good at-bat. That's a really good at-bat by Mills. I think she was overmatched with Colbert, and she was just patient and able to get on base with the walk.
Kaylin Cahill comes back up for the Greyhounds. First pitch in there for strike 1. Lineup turning over again for Assumption. Cahill 0 for 2, ground out, flew out earlier. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning here. That pitch swung on towards shallow left, not leaving the infield, and will be caught for out number 3. No runs coming across for Assumption. Southern New Hampshire with a 2-0 lead over Assumption as we head to the top of the 6th inning. As we're going to take a quick break as you're watching college softball here on NE10 now on Flow College.
United States Marine Corps. Marines represent.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. and they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And we're back for some college softball here at NE10 now on Flow College. It's the NE10 College Softball Championship here between SNHU Penman and the Assumption Greyhounds. Assumption trailing 2-0 against Southern New Hampshire. Them and Kaya Burtz will step back into the field and try to hold SNHU, hopefully for them, to 0, as they'll try to get back out there and try to tie this game up later in the 6th.
Yeah, the Greyhounds got to hold Southern New Hampshire right where they are right now. Can you come up with 2 runs in 2 innings? Sure you can, but this is where you want to keep it. You want to keep the Penmen right where they are.
Makaya Alto will take ball 1. And she's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Did walk once, also flew out. The pitch swung on, and a miss for strike 1. Count back even for Kaya Burtz.
Got a nice amount of fans in attendance here today, as you can imagine, for a big game like this.
Pitch let outside for ball number 2. A lot of Assumption fans out in the outfield. We saw a lot of Adelphi fans when they were playing right to the left of our press box, as there'll be that pitch is outside for ball 3. And Alto in the driver's seat here, looking to reach base, possibly for a second walk of the afternoon.
So Assumption playing the role of the home team here, but this is a neutral site for both of these teams.
Pitch swung on. Can't make the catch. Will go out towards left center for a base knock for Makaya Alto.
Assumption about an hour. I'd say about both schools are about an hour and a half away from the Franklin Pierce campus.
Yeah, not too far trips for both teams. Of course, getting yesterday off. Of course, the championship game was supposed to be yesterday, as it looks like we're going to get a pitching change for Assumption.
Now pitching for the Greyhounds, number 20, Paige Cody.
Paige Cody will step into the circle. And while she's warming up, we're going to take a quick break as you're watching college softball here on NE10 now on Flow College. And we're back here at Melissa Bishiaka Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University for the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship Series here between the Assumption Greyhounds and Southern New Hampshire Penmen, as Southern New Hampshire has a 2-0 lead over Assumption. And Paige Cody will step into the circle here, taking on Abby Lineman.
Abby. Greyhounds not taking any chances. You'd think these pitchers, they were in their roles for a reason, and there's a reason why Paige Cody is out there with a ERA of 3.81. She's got a tough batter to face here in Lineman. So far, each pitch is keeping it away from Lineman's power zone. But you would imagine that Cote has some sort of success earlier this season against Lineman.
Lineman swings and misses for strike 2.
For her to be in this position at this point of the game.
Lineman is 1 for 1. Hit a long single out into center field earlier. Also walked, so has reached base both times, as thought about that one in the dirt, but holds up for ball 2.
Cote with 33 strikeouts on the season. hoping that lineman is her first strikeout of this outing.
Cody setting to deliver. The pitch just couldn't paint the zone there. We'll have a full count for Abby Lineman. Cody looking to get the first strikeout here. Ended up being a walk as Lyman will reach base for the third time this afternoon. Now 2 runners on for Livy Souza. She struck out her first time around. She's 0 for 1.
Yeah, Lyman getting the pass once again. The Greyhound pitchers have been extremely careful with her, especially with Sousa next in the lineup, who doesn't have the power that Lyman has. So now we have a pinch hitter.
Yes, Kylie Kraft will be pinch running for Abby Lineman.
Pinch runner.
As Livy Souza will come to the plate. Lets that first one go high for ball 1. Southern New Hampshire need to win both games here against Assumption to be crowned NE10 champions. Assumption only needing to win 1. The pitch shows bunt back to the pitcher and will be called out at first base for out number 1. Runners do move over to second and third.
Sousa making the contact that she had to there and moving the runners over. That was a big part of her role up at bat, is just move those runners over, and now 2 in scoring position.
Cody getting her first out of the game. Now it's to face Sydney Rose. She struck out as well as grounded out, 0 for 2, looking to reach base for the first time this afternoon as first pitch ball outside. One away for Sydney Rose. All she really needs to do is at least get it into the outfield, as we'll have a chopper, and it will get to the outfield. 1 run scores. And another one will score as we'll have a double for Sydney Rose. And Southern New Hampshire blowing this game wide open now as it's 4-0 Penman over the Greyhounds.
Yeah, so Southern New Hampshire has done a really good job placing the ball where the Greyhounds are not when it comes to hits to the outfield and ground balls in the infield. Now that one went through the infield, but a bad play by the center fielder, Cahill. She did not field that cleanly. The ball ended up rolling away, and the right fielder had to get the ball in. I'm pretty sure she would have been able to limit just 1 score if she did not make that miscue over there in the outfield.
It's a bases clearing double for Sydney Rose, as saw Kylie Kraft almost stopping at third, but head coach Deb Rubidi waving her to go home. Luckily makes it in time, didn't have to get caught in a rundown, as Tori Christie will step back in.
Number 22, Julia Parisi.
As we'll also get a pinch runner, Julia Perusi.
Yeah, Coach Deb making sure that she's got the speed on the bases.
As pitch will be in there for strike 1. Only one away here for Southern New Hampshire, looking to add on to this lead even more. The pitch, chopper towards second. The throw will be in time for out number 2.
Easy play there over at first, but again, moving that runner over.
52, Peyton Bryson.
Parisi going to third, as the lineup will turn over once again for Southern New Hampshire. Peyton Bryson 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a flyout, looking to reach base for her first time this afternoon. Most likely would be another RBI if she does, unless a walk is issued. But the pitch will be a little bit outside for ball number 1 here with 2 away. The top of the 6th inning.
Yeah, the left-handed batter here for the Penmen.
The pitch Holds up for ball 2.
Well, close call there for the second pitch of the at-bat. Now you'll notice
Delivers. Being there for strike 1. 2-1 count for Bryson.
Julia at third, and the third baseman for the Greyhounds, Mills, playing a little farther in because she knows that there could be a little dribbler here, and there it is.
Right there to third base. Be in time for out number 3, but that's not without 2 runs coming across here for Southern New Hampshire as they take a 4-0 lead over Assumption going to the bottom of the 6th inning. And we're going to take a quick break as you're watching the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship here on E10 Now on Flow College. And we're back here at Melissa Bisiaka Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University. Southern New Hampshire with a 4-0 lead against Assumption here on E10 Now on Flow College for the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship. SNHU needing to win both games against Assumption to be crowned NE10 champions coming out of the losers bracket. Assumption only need to win today. This one game today to be crowned NE10 champions. Kaylee Lacombe will step to the plate for the Greyhounds. She's 0 for 2. She'll let that go low for ball 1 as Lacombe 2 flyouts.
Not an ideal situation for the Greyhounds, being down 4 runs against this dominant pitcher, Colbert, who has been in control all game long. Not many mistakes given up.
Pitch high for ball 2. Definitely could see comebacks here, though.
Oh, sure. I mean, Assumption has played spoiler all week long in each and every game.
The pitch just high for ball 3. Lacombe, favorable count. See if she gets the green light from head coach Stacy Meyer. Showed bunt, pulls away, but called strike.
Lineman coming in on the third base side, playing close. First baseman also.
Swung towards first, into the outfield for a base knock for Kaylee Lacombe, and now could see a rally here for Assumption.
Yeah, you never know. You know, that's how you want your inning to start off. A ground ball hit. Rose was playing in like Lyman was at third base. And then the second baseman, Sousa, just could not get over in time. So the ball gets through the infield, and there's a runner on first.
Maddy Bland stepping to the plate. We're going to get a play here as Kaylee Lacombe will steal second, putting a runner in scoring position.
Oh, I think they're saying that she left too early, and they're calling her out. This would be one of those situations where you want to go to the videotape.
Looks like she did end up indeed leaving early. That's a big out there for Southern New Hampshire, as the pitch will be a little bit away and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that's a deflating situation for Assumption, you know. That base runner, so very important.
What a catch there by Sydney Rose to get the second out of the inning. Now 2 away. Now for Bella Mara.
Penmen are feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
as that is caught for out number 3. A quick inning here, but of course, Kaylee Lacombe leaving early, trying to steal second, will lead to the top of the 7th here in this game between Southern New Hampshire and Assumption. Southern New Hampshire with a 4-0 lead over Assumption, as we're going to take a quick break as you're watching college softball here on NE10 now on Flow College.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
And we're back here at Melissa Bisiaka Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University in Rindge, New Hampshire for the Northeast 10 Conference College Softball Championship between Southern New Hampshire and Assumption. Southern New Hampshire with a 4-0 lead here as Cody's first pitch to Feldman is called for strike 1. And of course, Southern New Hampshire need to win 2 games against Assumption to be crowned NE10 champions, as that pitch is swung at, doesn't leave the infield, and Feldman will reach safely. Here, a great start for Southern New Hampshire, looking to give insurance for the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, the dugout for the Penmen very alive right now. They know that a win in this first game is certainly within reach. And if they can bring some more runs in, all the better here.
Casey DeMora, 2 for 3. The pitch just a bit high for ball 1. Again, yes, 2 for 3 this afternoon. Her only time not reaching base was a flyout. She doubled and had an RBI. Looking to reach base for the 3rd time as she swings at that one going towards center. Will be caught for out number 1. As Alyssa Abbott will step to the plate. Abbott 1 for 3 with an RBI, as well as a strikeout and a ground out. 1 away here in the top of the 7th inning.
Feldman on first.
Cody delivers for strike 1.
Doesn't look like she has any interest in trying to steal one here. She's just scooting a couple of steps off base.
That pitch just a bit high for ball 1. 1-1 count with 1 away here for Alyssa Abbott. The pitch in there, painting the corner for strike 2. It's Cody looking to get her first strikeout of the afternoon. The pitch way outside. Ball 2. Count evened back up for Abbott. Cody delivers inside this time. We'll have a full count.
Good at bat here by AA, Alyssa Abbott.
And Alyssa Abbott trying to reach base for the 2nd time this afternoon. The pitch swung on, a chopper towards 3rd. The play at first will be off the bag, and Abbott will be safe at first.
Yeah, the throw over to the first baseman, Prats, was just a little off, and she had to take her foot off the first base bag to reel it in. So 1st and 2nd with 1 out for the Penmen.
Makaya Alto Alto is 1 for 2 with a hit, as well as a walk and a fly out, as she takes that first pitch for a ball. Cody delivers outside again. Ball 2. Cody delivers again, swung on, chopper towards first. Will be fielded cleanly for out number 2, but runners will advance to second and third for Abby Lineman.
Yeah, Feldman was running on contact and made it to third no problem.
Abby Lineman, 1 for 1 with 2 walks. She's reached base all 3 times so far, looking to reach base for a 4th time. The pitch, a little bit outside for ball 1. Lyman's only hit was a long single into straightaway center, as she swings at that one for strike 1.
Lineman is probably the most dangerous batter, certainly the batter with the most power on Southern New Hampshire.
As pitch gets in there for strike 2. Cody trying to get out of this inning. With no damage here in the top of the 7th. Cody delivers. Swung on for strike 3. And that will end the top of the 7th. Assumption has a little bit of work to do if they're going to try to come back and possibly here win the NE10 championship in just this one game. They need to get at least 4 to tie, as Southern New Hampshire with a 4-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. As we're going to take a quick break as you're watching college softball here, NE10 now on Flow College. And we're back for the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship Series between the Southern New Hampshire Penmen and the Assumption Greyhounds here on NE10 now on Flow College. I'm Evan Moore alongside Kevin Bazan as we are heading to the final frame of this game, as Assumption looking to make a comeback here to possibly tie or win. Here, if Assumption comes back and wins, they will be crowned NE10 champions. And if the result holds the same, we'll go to game 2 just 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one, as Emma Bloom pops one up and will be caught for out number 1. 1 away now for Jaden Tanucci.
Coming back from 4 down is a really tough task against this pitcher, Juliana Colbert, who's only thrown 83 pitches. She's only given up 3 hits today, 2 walks. Hasn't been too dominant in regards to strikeouts. It's just she's given up a lot of ground balls to these Assumption batters and has shown a lot of control on the mound and has been in the driver's seat this whole game.
Juliana Colbert's first pitch there for ball 1. Her second pitch will be again for ball 2. Tanucci ahead in the count early, looking to reach base for just the first time this afternoon. She's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. As Colbert delivers in there for strike 1. Colbert only giving up 3 hits to 2 walks. Looking to go all 7 here for the Penmen.
Tanucci playing right field.
Pitch just outside for ball 3.
For the Greyhounds. I tell you, Juliana Colbert likes pitching here at this field. She's had a lot of success, especially in the last 2 weeks.
And Colbert walks Tanucci as Tanucci will reach base for the first time this afternoon as Molly Green will come to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a fly out. Also walked. Molly Green looking to start a late rally here for the Greyhounds. The pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, Colbert not too concerned about a runner on first at this point in the game. She's concentrating on her batter.
Colbert looking to send this to a game 2 as she'll deliver. That pitch swung on. That has a little bit of carry, but will go foul into the Assumption dugout. Excuse me, into the Assumption bullpen.
Out ball. Going into the foul territory pretty quickly.
As Green will take a little bit of time. Trailing 0-2 in the count as Colbert will deliver. A little bit outside for ball 1.
Green not taking that outside pitch. Again, making Colbert throw strikes.
Tanucci on at first.
One was a little low.
Pitch low to Green. Green looking to reach base for the second time. Of course, reached on a walk earlier. Colbert sets to deliver. The pitch. A little bit high. We'll have a full count.
Yeah, that was a pitch that Colbert wanted to bring down a little bit farther than that. Now your count is full, and your base runner is going to be running.
The pitch swung on, tipped foul. Down right side, and we'll do it again. Big spot here for both Colbert and Green for their respective teams as Colbert sets to deliver and will walk Molly Green, and now 2 runners on the base paths.
All right,
for
very
Assumption.
Non-characteristic of Colbert. 2 walks in a row. And these are walks to not the biggest bats in the Assumption lineup. And it certainly makes things a little more interesting here.
Looks like we will get a pinch runner for Assumption.
Pinch running for the Greyhounds, number 7, Mia Biancamano.
Mia Biancamano will pinch run for Molly Green. Get some speed out on the base paths with 1 away. Bianca Vinciqueri stepping to the plate for her 3rd time around. She's 1 for 2. Struck out as well as a double, so see if her fortunes continue. As that pitch is a little bit, paints the bottom zone for strike 1.
Yeah, you saw the fielders for SNU run towards third base.
Pitch a little bit outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 away. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Assumption looking to make a comeback. And if they do, they win the NE10 championship in just this 1 game, but pitch in there for strike 2. Like I mentioned, Southern New Hampshire needs to win this game and game 2 today, which will start about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. As Colbert will set to deliver. Swung on. That will get down into shallow center. And runners will hold as the bases are loaded for Jada Mills.
Tanucci hit the stop sign at third base, and it's a good thing the stop sign was there because she was not going to be able to score on that play. The ball landing in shallow center, and your center fielder got the ball in fairly quickly. But here we go. I mean, Evan tying run is at the plate.
And tying run is indeed at the plate. It was a great move for Stacy Meyer, the head coach of Assumption, to hold the runner at third. Only one away as the pitch be low and inside for ball one.
Jada Mills without a home run. I'm just going to go out and say it for this year. Batting .222.
Mills is 0 for 0 on the day. Walked her first time up, was pinch hit for her first time around. So she has reached base as she's ahead in the count 2-0. Colbert delivers low for ball three, and Jada Mills is in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, this is the first time this whole game that Colbert has not shown command and control at the same time. She's been wild. Yeah, all three of these pitches really not being placed where she wants at all.
So we're going to have a little pitchers and catchers meeting on in the circle.
Yeah, Snoo doing the right thing here, just giving her pitcher a little more time, a little more conversation. But this has been the first time that she's been rattled all afternoon in this game.
Yeah, looking to get back in this count as Colbert will deliver. And it will be ball four on 4 pitches as Jaden Tanucci will come and score off the walk. And Assumption now trails 4-1.
I think they're going to pull her now, Evan. This is a shame for Colbert. I mean, she was pitching such a great game, and she just could not close it out.
And it looks like you are correct. Sophie Russell will come back in. Will step into the circles. While she's warming up, we're going to take a quick break here as you're watching the Northeast 10 Conference College Softball Championship Series here on NE10 Now on Flow College. And we're back here at Melissa Bisiaka Field here in Ringe, New Hampshire for the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship between the Southern New Hampshire Penmen and Assumption Greyhounds. We're here in the bottom of the second. One away. Bases are loaded for the top of the order. Caitlin Cahill. She's 0 for 3 this afternoon, but Sophie Roussel, as pitch swung on foul, as already Russell in a pitcher's friendly count 0-2 here with 1 away.
Yeah, if you're wondering, Cahill does have a home run this season, so has the power.
The pitch swung on towards right center, will get down. 1 scores, 2-run score, holds up at third, runners at the corners. Now in Assumption, right back into it.
Yes, with 1 out, all of this action happening. And those walks by Southern New Hampshire come back to really hurt them.
As score now 4-3, 2 runs coming across.
And your tying run is at third base.
The tying run on at third. The winning run is on at first.
Another new pitcher here.
Kayla O'Boyle will come into the circle here. As while she's warming up, we're going to take a quick break as you're watching the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship Series here on NE10 Now on Flow College. And we're back here for the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship Series here at Melissa Bisiaka Field here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University. Here on NE10 now on Flow College. I'm Emmett Moore alongside Kevin Bazan. We're here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and we have a one-out rally for Assumption going on right now as both teams taking time to discuss here as Kayla O'Boyle will be in the pitcher circle here with one away.
Yeah, the first out came quick for the Penmen, and then the starting pitcher for the Penmen, Colbert, kind of fell apart. She lost all of her control, gave up a couple of walks, and then a couple of well-placed hits for Assumption. Brings in 2 more runs after the first run was walked in, and now the tying run is on third base, and the winning run is on first. And this is a huge at-bat for the Greyhounds.
Kaylee Lacombe, 1 for 3, takes ball 1 a little bit away. Runners, of course, at the corners.
Kaylee with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Now the Assumption coach, Stacy, wants to have a word with the umpire.
Sienna Nardelli will pinch run for Jada Mills as she'll step on third as she is the tying run on at third with 1 away.
Coach Stacy, what a Mother's Day for her. Her daughter, 3 weeks old, in attendance here at this game, and what a game to witness.
The pitch swung on for strike 1.
Yeah, that was definitely a devastating off-speed pitch by O'Boyle. Totally fooled Lacombe.
1-1 count here with 1 away. Bottom of the 7th, the pitch away and outside for ball 2. Lacombe ahead in this count. Runners on at the corners.
Southern New Hampshire's got to be really careful. You don't want a wild pitch in this situation with that tying run on third base.
Nardelli on at third. Pitch is again outside for ball 3. Comeback brewing here for Assumption. If both these runs come across for Assumption, they will be NE10 champions.
And now another conversation. O'Boyle, by the way, her ERA coming into this game, 3.63. She has got a 1-loss record of 3-5. 35 strikeouts, 31 walks, 27 earned runs for the pitcher O'Boyle. Out of Comac, New York.
Casey DeMora and Kayla O'Boyle end their pitchers meeting. 3-1 count. The pitch swung on, foul right side. We'll have a full count for Kaylee Lacombe.
Yeah, fighting off that pitch that was coming right in over the plate. That was a nice swing there by Lacombe.
Lacombe. O'Boyle. Pitch swung on for strike 3.
Well, she got her on the off-speed pitch, and she got her swinging earlier in the at-bat on that same pitch, and she goes back to it for the strikeout. That's a big moment for O'Boyle.
As Kaylin Cahill moving over to second as Maddy Bland steps to the plate. The pitch away.
That one is outside and down, and again, you know, your heart skips a beat with these pitches when they go so far outside, and your catcher really has to reach out for them. Bland is doing a good job behind the plate here.
Nardelli on at third. Cahill on at second. The pitch swung on for strike 1.
That pitch outside. Fooling Bland there. She's got that high average, 403. This is a tough batter for Snoo.
O'Boyle gets Bland to swing for strike 2.
That pitch a little bit farther inside across the plate that time, though. That was a legitimate strike that she just ended up swinging through.
As Kayla O'Boyle trying to get out of this inning. Here, she'll deliver. Swung on. That has some carry towards right. That's going, and it's gone! Maddy Bland.
Walk-off win for the NE10 championship. Congratulations, Assumption. Wow!
What a walk-off by Maddy Bland. The Assumption Greyhounds, the number 4 seed in the NE10 tournament, are your NE10 conference champions here in 2026. What a game!
They have surprised everyone over the past 5 days, beating Pace University to get the invitation to come here to Ringe, beating Franklin Pierce, a nationally ranked team, beating Adelphi, another excellent team, and then Snoo. Congratulations, Assumption. Wow, what a piece of hitting in a big moment.
A 6-run 7th inning for Assumption. A comeback win, down 4-0. Didn't score all game. Puts up 6, including the Maddy Bland 3-run home run. So what a comeback as Assumption wins the NE10 title. As they will be presented with their NE10 trophies. They'll get their conference championship merchandise here at home plate. Again, what a game we've seen here. What a tournament we've seen here.
Yeah, we're going to just bask in this glow of this team celebrating this big walk-off win as they get their championship apparel. What a Mother's Day for Stacey Mahar in her 3rd year coaching this Assumption Greyhound team. 3 weeks after giving birth, her first Mother's Day. What a win on your first Mother's Day. That is just something special for this team.
Of course,
amazing.
Assumption running the table 3-0 this weekend. Again, another year, no need for that second game in the championship.
Evan, when you interview that coach, first thing you got to tell her is Happy Mother's Day, okay?
Yeah, that might.
And then, congratulations on the championship.
Yes, they're going to get their championship trophy. As well as SNHU, they will get their runners-up trophy as well. What a great NE10 tournament. We'll most likely see these two teams, as well as most likely Adelphi and Franklin Pierce, also in the NCAA tournament. But what a way for Assumption, coming back down 4-0, putting up 6. That's all they need, as they are NE10 champions.
Yeah, the customary handshakes now for both of these clubs. A lot of Assumption fans here in attendance today. Glad they made the drive to Ringe, New Hampshire to witness this special moment for the Greyhounds.
In their NE10 playoff journey, Assumption 2-1 win over Pace, and then of course here on the campus of Franklin Pierce University, a 7-6 win over Franklin Pierce and a 3-2 win over Adelphi, and of course now a 6-4 win over SNHU, beating all 3 other teams here that stayed in Ringe. and their hard work has paid off, being crowned NE10 champions.
Just to recap, there was 1 out. I mean, bases were empty. 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. And then it was a well-placed walk, I guess you could say, as the starting pitcher for SNU, Juliana Colbert, had that initial walk. And after that at-bat, it fell apart for Juliana, as she ended up leaving another walk, and then a big hit, and then another walk, and then the bases loaded.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for remaining.
Just incredible.
Of the championship
As
awards. Presenting
the
awards
championship
today
awards will be
the
presented
Commissioner
here.
Of the NE10 conference. Today we begin with the announcement of the 2026 NE10 softball all-championship team. When your name is announced, please accept your award and remain until all players
Announce
have been
the
announced.
all-championship teams here.
Alicia Ott from Franklin Pierce University.
Of course, some other players. Alicia Ott from Franklin Pierce making it as
Tori
well.
Parenti from Adelphi University.
As well as Tori Parenti from
Juliana
Adelphi.
Colbert from Southern New Hampshire University.
Juliana Colbert will go out and receive
Casey
her
DeMora
plaque,
from Southern New Hampshire University.
as well as Casey DeMora. Of course, well deserving. Everyone on that Southern New Hampshire team played well.
Assumption University.
Of course, here for Assumption now, getting huge crowd here.
From Assumption University.
The Assumption fans really came out and are supporting their Greyhounds here in Ridge. Not too far of a drive.
Assumption University.
As they'll have their pictures taken, as now the give an award of most valuable, the most valuable player.
At this time, we would like to announce our NE10 Championship Most Outstanding Player. Today's award is presented by the United States Marine Corps. Marines are driven by 3 words: honor, courage, and commitment. These are the values that guide their actions and boost their resolve to emerge victorious. The NE10 Championship MVP is not just awarded to the student athlete that excels most on the field, but to the student athlete that exemplifies what it means to be a Marine in the way they lead their team to victory. And now, the Most Valuable Player Award for the 2026 NE10 Championship is presented this afternoon to Maddy Bland from Assumption University.
Maddy Bland will be the NE10 most outstanding player in this tournament. Well deserved, as she walked it off to give
Congratulations to these outstanding students.
the Assumption Greyhounds the NE10 championship.
Yeah, what a day for her as well.
We will first recognize the 2026 NE10 softball finalists, the Southern New Hampshire Penmen. Will the team captains from Southern New Hampshire please come forward to accept the finalist trophy?
As Southern New Hampshire will accept their finalist runners-up trophy. What a hard-fought effort from them, making their way all the way from the loser's bracket, losing in that first round game to Adelphi, coming back to the final, just coming up a little bit short.
Oh, careful there.
You gotta be careful with that trophy there.
Congratulations to the Assumption Greyhounds for an outstanding season and performance at the 2026 NE10 Softball Championship.
And there goes the rest of the Assumption Greyhounds celebrating, lifting the trophy. They win the NE10 championship. Of course, runners-up 2 in the last 3 years. This time, winning it all here, the NE10 championship. You'll see them in the NCAA tournament. Much deserved for the Greyhounds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to hear from their head coach. What a day for her and her team.
As last second. They're having a team picture on the field. We're going to take a quick break as we're going to go down to the field soon, and we're going to get an interview here as we're going to take a break as you're watching the Northeast 10 Conference Softball Championship here at Melissa Bisiaka Field here in Ringe, New Hampshire, here on NE10 now on Flow College.
If you want to win in every arena of college life, go D2. Make it yours.
Well, welcome back to Ringe, New Hampshire, as the Assumption Greyhounds walk off their NE10 championship victory, scoring all 6 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. A walk-off 3-run home run by Maddy Bland brings home the championship for Assumption. We're going to be sending it down to the field in just a moment for Evan Moore, as he will be interviewing the head coach for Assumption, Stacy Mahir. Her 3rd year at Assumption. She was an assistant coach before receiving the head coach role for Assumption. We've been mentioning throughout the broadcast, today's Mother's Day, and it's also Stacy's first Mother's Day, as she gave birth just 3 weeks ago. And today, her Assumption Greyhounds win the NE10 championship. Wow, what a day, and a happy Mother's Day from all of us here at the Raven Sports Network as we bring you this broadcast from Ringe, New Hampshire. And just an incredible day for both of these teams. I mean, Southern New Hampshire was in control, in the driver's seat throughout the entire day. Some excellent pitching by Colbert, as she was in control for over 6 innings, got the first out in the bottom of the 7th inning, and then lost her control that she had all day long. And she ended up leaving the mound. Southern New Hampshire making a couple of different pitching changes, but that was no matter for Assumption and Bland, as she ends up hitting a walk-off 3-run home run. It was the only home run that we saw here this afternoon. And it came at the best time for the Assumption Greyhounds, as they win 6-4 over the Southern New Hampshire Penmen. I can see my friend Evan Moore there trying to get the attention of the head coach for Assumption. She's got the championship trophy in one arm, and she's got her daughter in the other right now. What a photo opportunity. And we'll see what she says. And maybe we'll be able to get a hold of Bland as well and get some reaction from the head coach and the players of the Greyhounds as they celebrate the NE10 championship here in 2026 at Melissa Biasaka Field in Rindge, New Hampshire. More photos taking place on the field. And let's take a quick break, and we'll come back and get the post-game interview from Evan Moore in just a bit. You are watching the NE10 Softball Championship here on Flow College. And we're back here in Rindge, New Hampshire, Assumption University, the NE10 Softball Championship. My partner, Evan Moore, is down on the field to get some post-game reaction.
Sleep now. I was a baby. She brought the love.
I'm here with head coach Stacy Meyer as well as Maddy Bland. Congratulations on winning the NE10 championship, only needing 3 games. I'm going to start with you, Maddy.
Okay.
Walk-off home run, swing of the bat, first reaction.
Well, honestly, I told Coach on Saturday morning before the game got canceled, I was like, I'm going to hit a home run this championship game. I was like, there's going to be a runner on the base, and I'm going to hit it over the right field fence. So, honestly, that was the goal, really.
Amazing. And for you, Coach Meyer, happy Mother's Day, first Mother's Day for you. And you spent it out here winning your team a championship, NE10 championship, and we'll go on to the NCAA tournament. How are your feelings about that?
I'm super, super proud of this team. It has been quite the season with this group, and a lot of these girls we've had for 4 years. We have a big senior class, so this one's super special for us, for sure.
Again, congratulations. I don't want to keep you long. You should be going out there celebrating with your team. And I'd like to thank you for watching. We're going to take it back up to the studio.
Thanks, Evan. One more time from Rindge, New Hampshire. The Assumption Greyhounds are the NE10 champions in softball after a 6-4 victory over Southern New Hampshire University. The Penmen scoring 4 runs before the bottom of the 7th when Assumption came back and scored 6 for the victory. 3 runs coming with a walk-off home run by Maddy Bland, who you just heard from, who says she predicted that she was going to hit a home run in the big game. That's going to do it. That's going to do it for us here at the Raven Sports Network. For my partner Evan Moore, and for Damon and Declan and Eden and everyone watching, a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. You have been watching the NE10 Championship in softball right here on Flow College.
They're waiting, and I want them to celebrate with their team, bro. It's like they literally won their championship. Well, only one game needed. Take your pizza. Didn't she take your order? We got two ultimate pepperoni. It's like I'm gonna eat it anyway. Spinach feta. No, that wasn't me. Cheese. Pizza. That was me. You are the pizza. Then pepperoni, bacon, and then bacon. This one just says pizza. I'm the pizza.